Okay, so we're in a neutral position right now, just lying on our back. So again, tailbone is heavy, hip points are reaching up towards the ceiling. You have your heels in line with your sits bones, and the arms are long down by the side. Just reach the fingertips down a little bit, feel the chest open and expand and the shoulders roll back. We'll take an inhale down here, and then on your exhale, feel your belly button pull in, so your low back connects to the mat below. Your pelvis will curl a little bit towards your face, and you're going to continue that curl as you float the hips up. So the goal is to find this nice long line from your shoulders to your knees. You still have a nice long neck behind you, and you're feeling both feet pressing down equally into the mat. You can think about energy shooting out from the front of the knees, so your hips are lifted a little higher and the glutes and hamstrings can start to kick in. You'll take an inhale at the top, and then on your exhale, just soften sternum, soften rib cage, and gently start to lower yourself back down to the mat. Once the pelvis comes down, make sure you unwind back into that neutral position where that small space comes back underneath the back. So we'll do that a couple more times. Exhaling as you pull the belly in, curling the hips up, sending energy through those knees so the glutes are lifted. Taking an inhale at the top, and then exhaling to lower back down. So as you go through your bridges, you're welcome to stay with both feet connected to the ground. You'll do about 8 of those or so. And you just really want to find this equal weight between both sides of your spine as you're curling up. And then using your breath to really start to follow the movement here. So your exhale again starts to lower your spine back down. So you can continue there. You can take about 8 to 10 of those bridges. We're going to come up and start to add a little variation to our bridges if you're ready for yourself to advance. So once you're lifted in the bridge, just anticipate this weight change is about to happen, right? So we have both feet connected to the ground. You're really pressing down through the triceps. Our goal is to keep the hips nice and stable as we start to float one leg up into a tabletop position. So really ground down through that left side. Exhale as you float that right knee into a tabletop. So you can hold here or you can start to advance right off the bat just by tapping the toe down to the mat. And again, trying to keep the hips nice and stable. So you can use the hands as a little bit of a tactile cue to make sure that your hips are staying lifted. You can also just press the hands down into the ground. That allows you to stay lifted a bit more too. After that last one, you can place that foot back down. Try to square the hips off if you felt like you lowered down or if you tilted a little bit. You just readjust, get a little bit stronger for the next side. So exhale, you're going to float that left knee on up. Make sure again that the hips are square up here and a lot of power in that right side. You're going to tap the toe down and then float it back up. So it's an inhale to tap and an exhale to lift, and you want to make sure that that breath pattern is available to you. You're going to notice as the knee lifts, your exhale is really allowing your hip flexor to take less of a strain, and then that low belly also to do a little bit more work. Notice when you start, or you stop thinking about it, you'll start to lower down a little. So mind into the muscle, take it 2 more times. And last one. The foot can come down, take a big inhale again, square the hips off if they've adjusted, and then exhale, just gently lower down. Continue to think about that lengthening through the spine. Tailbone falls heavy. Now I have one more variation for you if you guys are ready for it. We take an inhale. Exhale again, belly's gonna pull in. Find that same lift. So again, chest is open, hips are lifted, knees are reaching. You're gonna again find that right leg in a tabletop. Extend it up towards the ceiling. Flex that foot as you draw a line down the front of that wall. Point the toes, you reach it up. So there's still a lot of energy through that left foot, left glute, and both triceps. Continuing to breathe. And you'll do that again about 8 to 10 times, just finding what's going to feel best for you guys. Bending into the knee, place it down. And then again, we're floating up, extending, flex, and point. So all about lumbo-pelvic stability as we go through the bridges, trying to be as still as you can through the upper body. And we'll take it just 2 more times. Last one. You're going to bend into that knee, place it back down, square the hips, inhale, and then exhale, gently lower down. All right, and that was our bridges.